will tell us more about that. Gentlemen, welcome to the Automatic Drive Orange Local Tuesday. How are you doing this afternoon?
We are fine, KTBO.
It's a day of renewal, so it's wonderful.
All right.
Absolutely, I think I concur with my partner here. It's a great day in Botswana today.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, and just to add to that, I'm very excited about this new change, KTBO.
Yes, sir.
It's a new, fresh change for Aon Botswana.
Lovely. All right, okay. Now, let's just get straight into it. Aon is exiting Botswana, but maybe before we talk about that, let's kindly, share with our lovely listeners who Aon is. Maybe before we talk about Aon exiting Botswana.
Okay. I think actually, we are almost not really talking about the big event today. The big event today is Minet and Africa Lighthouse investing in Botswana and seeking to grow Minet Botswana to be a very strong world-class company inside Botswana. That is the big event of today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Now let's talk about Minet. Tell us more about it, who Minet is, and why is Minet acquiring Aon Botswana then?
Minet Africa is a Pan-Africa risk advisory group. It currently operates in 8 countries in the African continent, and obviously Botswana is the 9th edition. I think in terms of what we do and what we stand for, ultimately it's with the association with Aon. I think you indicated that Aon is exiting Botswana. It is exiting the equity arrangement, but Minet Botswana will continue to be an exclusive correspondent partner for Aon.
Okay.
Which obviously means that there's continuity in terms of access to global best practice on risk and insurance management.
Yes, sir.
Data and analytics capabilities pertaining to risk. Continuity in terms of service, and our colleagues in Botswana, in Minet Botswana, will continue to access, over 50,000 colleagues in 120 countries that are specialists in different fields, and specifically the ones that the government of Botswana is focusing on as the key growth sectors. So, in a nutshell, Minet is about continuity. It's about, ultimately continue to provide what Botswana are used to, in a nutshell.
All right, lovely. Now, someone who's listening may wonder, what will happen to existing Aon clients then if Minet is taking over? Kindly share with us, sir.
KHOBO, thanks for that. The leadership of Minet Botswana will be made up of the existing Aon leadership. So the management team, the leadership team is not changing. So our clients will continue to receive the expert service that they've been receiving from the teams under the Aon banner. Yes, and what we are gaining, what the clients are gaining is the perspective from the Minet Africa group, where they'll be providing or supporting us with localized African products. We'll be able to liaise with our sister companies in the group to draw from them any new products that are Africa related.
Yes, sir.
We've heard from our clients that they really want something localized, something that will cater for their needs in Africa, not a generic product that's drawn from maybe some other place and imposed on them. So yes, the leadership continues, the service teams continue. And like Mr. Morwe said, we will also continue to have that global, Aon Global Network connection where we'll be able to draw from them on the expertise, best practices, and the like.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's what is called Aon Global Network correspondent. Let's talk about that. What's that?
So what that means is, I think it's the continuation in terms of our clients still having access to leading risk benchmarking. I think businesses in Botswana compete on a global scale, and therefore Aon being a global player it obviously aggregates, the risk metrics that are there. And that is where the continuity comes in. It simply means that we are still able to continue to do the global benchmarking, global comparison in terms of insurance program, and provide the cutting edge products and services. I think a typical example of how this will work, a number of Botswana companies are expanding into the continent.
Yes, sir.
And through this Aon Correspondent Network partnership, we're able to service them in other parts of Africa. If they expand to other, European markets or the US markets, once again, Aon will be the chosen provider because it's a partnership with Minet.
Okay, thank you so much. And is this partnership model used elsewhere by Aon, sir?
Yes, it is. This model was a deliberate and well thought out strategy by Aon in about 2016. This model is comprehensively used in, Central Eastern Europe, for example, and in some parts of South America by Aon. In areas where they operate, not necessarily through equity or ownership, but more around this correspondent partner. That's how it works.
Okay. And then Minet has also partnered with Africa Lighthouse Capital right here in Botswana. Let's talk about that partnership and also who Africa Lighthouse Capital is.
Great, thank you. So Africa Lighthouse Capital is a Botswana private equity firm. We are headquartered here in Gaborone. We are 100% Botswana citizen-owned private equity firm. All of our board members are Botswana. Our entire staff and team members are Botswana. So we're a Botswana private equity firm. Our team is made up of investment professionals who have made investments globally, from the US to Europe to China to throughout the continent of Africa. And what we're doing is bringing the global best practice that we have established a track record and experience in to the Botswana market. We are now currently focusing on investing in Botswana businesses and helping them reach their full potential, helping them become regional champions, helping them become leading, winning companies. So we are a private equity firm. In this case, we have chosen to partner with Minet. They bring lots of industry knowledge from risk advisory services. We bring market knowledge of Botswana. And here's where actually the deal goes beyond continuity. In your questions to Barnabas and Leo, we're talking about continuity with Aon. But in this transaction, there's much more than continuity happening. What we want to do is build beyond the continuity towards the company reaching full potential. We're going to be changing many things. First thing we're changing, of course, is the ownership makeup of the company, where now citizens of Botswana will own a substantial percentage of the company.
Yes, sir.
Through our transaction, through our equity. And that happens in two ways. Number one, Africa Lighthouse Capital is investing. But number two, through this investment by Africa Lighthouse, we are facilitating for the Botswana members of the management team to increase their equity stake. And so through these two transactions, the citizen ownership of the company increased substantially. And that's going to give us, obviously, much more relevance in the market, and we're bringing knowledge of the market to the table.
Right.
So it reaches beyond the continuity. Other things will be changing. It's a focus on business development, a focus on product development, a focus on staff and employees and really incentivizing them. And so what is new here is the full potential strategy. And that's not unusual. Often in global companies, Botswana can be quite small. And so a Botswana subsidiary of a global company doesn't always get the full investment and care. In this case, what we care about is Botswana, and we're investing in Botswana. We are run by Botswana, and so there'll be full focus, full investment.
Yes, sir.
And so we expect the company to do much better than it did previously.
Okay. Now, what's going to happen to Aon name and brand in Botswana? Will the businesses still operate under the Aon name and brand in Botswana?
No, the business is being renamed and has been renamed. We had a launch this morning, and the business is officially Minet Botswana. The name has changed, and the brand has changed. The email addresses have changed. Everything has changed. Minet Botswana. The global correspondent agreement remains, but any company or individual doing business with the company is now dealing with Minet Botswana.
Okay. So we can call that rebranding, right?
Yes, rebranding, relaunch.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond the brand, as I said. It goes towards empowering staff, incentivizing the team. It goes towards product development, citizen ownership. It goes towards business development. That is Minet Botswana.
Okay, lovely. Okay, another question. What will happen to Aon Botswana employees then? I know some of them are listening right now. So what will happen to the employees?
Thanks, JHBO.
Yes, sir.
We don't anticipate any changes. Like I mentioned earlier on, the leadership team will remain, and so will the employee teams, the service teams. So this transaction really does not result in any changes within the organization as far as employees are concerned. So the clients can remain assured that they will continue to receive that quality service that are accustomed to from the teams that they've grown to know and have worked with throughout the years. What I can maybe mention is that we are actually in the process again of localizing some senior executive posts within Minet Botswana. So it's actually a positive move for the employees.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And another question, what will happen to Aon global clients in Botswana, sir? Yeah.
I think Mr. Morwe touched on that. This global, the Aon Global Network agreement or arrangement with Aon will allow us to continue to service those Aon clients that are within the country. I mean, we are changing the identity. We are keeping the Aon Global Network relationship. So any global Aon client that is within the region will continue to receive service through this correspondent relationship with Minet Botswana and the other sister countries in the region.
Okay. Now, maybe before we part ways, let's talk about continuity and quality of service for Aon Botswana clients. How can Minet guarantee continuity and quality of service before we part ways? Yeah, let's talk about that.
Mr. Morwe.
Again, I mean, it goes back to the correspondent agreement and partnership that we share.
Yes, sir.
I think, Aon Botswana staff that are now obviously Minet staff, continues, as Mr. Mavuma has said, to be, employees and servicing those clients. But what it really entails is that continuity in terms of access to leading systems, technologies in terms of delivery, and as Mr. Pule indicated, there's going to be a fundamental changes in terms of how we do business, in terms of investing for the benefit of our clients,
yes,
while leveraging this correspondent partnership in terms of global benchmarking and comparison there.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Maybe let me start with you, Mr. Mavuma. Is there anything that you want to share with our listeners before we part ways, sir?
Yes, just to assure them that Minet Botswana is really just a much better version of what they're used to as Aon Botswana. We have the agility now to make quicker decisions within the country, and they will see the benefit of this new change. Thanks.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Pule, your last word, sir.
Thank you. My last word is really on the change that this represents, and that the continuity is only the foundation. What we want to do is improve the company and help it reach its full potential. So there's a renewal that is happening here. The most important aspect of this renewal is the new significant citizen ownership of the company, which is unprecedented for multinationals in Botswana. So it's a new era, it's an era of renewal with our significant ownership that we represent. And we represent clients who are pension funds, so hundreds of thousands of Botswana have ownership of this company through our fund that we manage on their behalf. And we will be bringing new strategy, we will be bringing new products, we will be bringing new incentives to our team, we will be bringing a new focus to the business development. So it's a day of renewal. The continuity is really a mere stepping stone.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Leo Morwe, your last word, sir.
I think following on from Mr. Pule, I think our motto in terms of closing this deal is deepening our roots in Botswana.
Yeah.
I think our approach to citizen economic inclusion is much broader than just ownership. I think it's fair to say the majority of employees will continue to be Botswana. We are deliberate in terms of, the policy that we're going to be implementing in terms of our procurement, of ensuring that we do business with companies that embrace citizen economic inclusion. We're going to continue investing in corporate social responsibility. We've recently made changes to our board of directors for the three entities of Minet, and majority of them are non-executive, independent, and professionals with great records operating or working for global companies. So for us, incredibly exciting times, and you will be hearing from us more. And thank you.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. And if they want to know more about what we were talking about, how can they get hold of you? Yes.
Oh, they can. We have two offices, one in Gaborone, one in Francistown. The one in Francistown is at plot 554/555 Baines Avenue, and the other office is in the Fairgrounds Office Park, plot 50368. And for them to get in touch with us telephonically, they can dial 3617300, and there are people at the reception will take them through to whoever they wish to speak to.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I think we can now say welcome to Botswana, Minet, right?
Thank you, THBO.
Yes, sir. All right, lovely.